Hey, what's going on, Supercar fans? Back again, doing another episode for you guys. God damn, what a great start that was. Today is Tuesday, current day, and I'm doing the recap for races 19 and 20 for the Ipswich Red Rooster 4055, whatever number it was, I don't know. Because it was weird, because there was a 120k race on Saturday, and there was a 200k race on Sunday, so I don't even know if they even had a number, but I know that Red Rooster sponsored it. But it was a really, really good weekend, actually. I didn't end up going, unfortunately. But there is a couple of reasons why. One, the only reason why, really. We've had a bit of a tragedy in the family. My mother-in-law Jodie's dad sadly passed away on Sunday morning. And it was just good enough not to go up there and kind of, not care about that. So I decided to stay home and watch it, which ended up being good anyway, because I got to watch it with Dave, and it was really, really good. But unfortunately, we had a bit of a loss in the family over the weekend, and but sadly enough, hence one of the reasons why we ended up moving up here to Queensland, was to be closer to her dad, and she got about a good 2 months before he sadly passed away. And it was really, really weird, because they came up in January and he was perfectly healthy, and sadly enough, just the other day he passed away. So it's been a bit of a tough one, but that's out of the way now. But I just wanted to let you guys know on what's happening. But not sure when a gathering or whatever, because I know they're not going to have a funeral. It's kind of like a little gathering thing, so we're going to do that sometime in August, which will be really, really good to pay our respects and whatever else. I'm sorry I'm like mumbling, I know. I feel like I'm actually yelling, because I've just spent the last hour playing the drums with headphones in. So I just want to apologise if I am mumbling or if I am yelling. I just can't do voice control right now. But guys, Ipswich was a really, really good weekend. It was on Friday. It started raining. Mind you, we're only about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from the track, and we had rain all day Friday. It was sunny, and then it came over sort of dark, and I was like, yeah, it's coming from where we are. And it ended up it rained for a little bit, but it ended up not raining at all during the end. So they were quite lucky. It was only practices and whatever else, but still, it was a good day. But it was pretty clean racing all weekend. Not a safety car, nothing like that. It was just really, really, really clean. But yet again, with the short tracks, it went really quick. I think it was 35 laps on Saturday and like 68, I think, on Sunday. And they went so super quick. And really, there wasn't that much to report on. If you guys seen the race 19 recap on Instagram, the post, you've seen that it was probably like 6 or 7 things to talk about. Well, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 things to talk about, and there wasn't really that much. And I think race 20 was the exact same. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 things. So and that was a 68 lap race, and there was only a couple of things to talk about. But we'll get stuck into it, guys. Race 19. There was a pretty clean start, and Shane Van Gisbergen started 8th on the grid. And by the first couple of corners, he was in 3rd. He had an absolute blinding start. And yet again, he had a blinding start in race 20 as well, which was really, really good. Lap 3, Whincup pushed Mostert a little bit off to the track. There was a little bit of Iffy and Bargy coming out of turn 5. And they were side by side. Oh, well, actually, no, sorry. They weren't side by side. Mostert had a little bit of an overlap. And Whincup was right behind him, and then breaking into turn 6, Whincup sort of came up to the B pillar, just sort of nudged him, and that didn't really send him off, but it was more of the fact that once they sort of straightened up, Whincup pushed Mostert off the track and sort of went down a little bit further in the order, which sucked for him. And there was no further action after that too. Lap 13, Shane Van Gisbergen passed Fabian Coulthard at turn 5. and that was for position too. In that time too, McLaughlin and Reynolds also pitted. It was the first of the leaders as well. And then McLaughlin rejoined just in front of Mostert. So Mostert sort of gained a little bit of ground there, coming back from the little incident with Whincup, and actually raced on to have a really, really good race. Lap 26, Lowndes passed Mostert. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of footage here because this was absolutely awesome. SVG and Mostert were battling out, heading down into turn 1, and Shane passed him, and then Lowndes just shot and just took off and just passed Mostert. I reckon it was the pass of the year, and it was an absolutely awesome pass, and it was really, really cool, and that was for position as well. And yeah, it was really, really, really good. Hazelwood came in during the race, and he had a battery issue, so he was out after that. I don't think he did ended up finishing, but it was in last position, sadly enough. And guys, that was pretty much race 19. Scotty McLaughlin finished ahead of Shane Van Gisbergen, and Craig Lowndes got a 3rd place position. Yeah, we're happy about that. So here are the results here, guys. McLaughlin, Shane Van Gisbergen, Craig Lowndes, Jamie Whincup, who no one really wanted to even get close to 4th. Fabian Coulthard, and as I said, Chaz Mostert with an absolutely awesome weekend, finishing in 6th. David Reynolds. Now, there's a little bit of weirdness happening with David Reynolds. He's now been pushed back into the championships. Now, Jamie Whincup is ahead of him in points. James Courtney also had a really, really good weekend. So did Michael Caruso after the crappy Townsville race that he had, or the weekend that he had. Nick Percat, Garth Tander, Richie Stanaway, Rick Kelly, Tim Slade, who had a really, really good weekend. He was a bit on and off, but in race 20 he went really, really, really well. Andre Heimgartner, Scott Pye, yeah, I got it right this time. Who's that? Will Davison, there we go. Simona Di Silvestro, Mark Winterbottom, Jack LeBrock, Cam Waters, Tim Blanchard, Lee Holsworth, Kirk Kostecki. Now he raced as a wild card entry for this weekend because he is obviously racing in the Enduros. Not sure who with, but if you could leave a comment down on who Kostecki is racing with in the Enduros, that'd be lovely. Di Pasquale had 26th place, and Todd Hazelwood obviously finishes in 27th. I'm pretty sure because there was 27 cars. So guys, yes, that was race 19. I'm just going to go right into race 20 because there's not much time I've got. I'm nearly up to 8 minutes and we're already at the second race anyway. But Scott McLaughlin got pole as always. It's just, it's like, I hate to say it, McLaughlin is starting to become the Lewis Hamilton. And it's like, oh, please stop. Like, don't get me wrong, we want him to go well, but it's just like, can we have someone else, like, take pole, please? And it just seems to be a regular occurrence, like, we've got, we always talk about Shane Van Gisbergen, we always talk about Scott McLaughlin, we always talk about Jamie Whincup, Fabian Coulthard, sometimes even Dave Reynolds and Craig Lowndes and Rick Kelly. That's it, we don't really talk about anyone else, and it's starting to get a little bit boring, and it's just bad. But Scott McLaughlin started pole, and Shane Van Gisbergen started in second. Now, second place at Ipswich is obviously on the racing line, so that sucked for Scotty there. But SVG got off with a blinding start, absolutely killed it. He was about a second, nearly 2 seconds in front of the pack at the end of the first lap, which was crazy. Scott Pye, this is heading into turn 4. Scott Pye hits James Courtney, his teammate. He didn't actually hit him. He was sort of bumpy, and then Courtney spun Frosty, and at the end of that lap, Frosty and Courtney also pitted. Now, Courtney also said, Courtney was out actually for a bit. He got out and said it was really, really disappointing for Scott to do that, and who knows what was going on in his head. But yeah, it was a really touchy situation. I wouldn't have liked to be at that debrief, honestly. The leaders started coming in at 11 at pit. Leaders started coming in at lap 11 to pit. There we go, got that. I don't know. I can't really remember. I haven't really got it down on who came where and what order they came in. I just know that they all started pitting at lap 11. Simona had a little bit of a moment at turn 3. She locked the wheel and just went off with the gravel. rejoined back down in 19th position. At lap 19, and also speaking of lap 19, James Courtney also rejoins the race and didn't end up doing anything. He just wanted to get a classification. And last but not least, yeah, that's how quick it is. Kurt Kostecki spun Tim Blanchard at turn 6, and that also resulted in a penalty for him. I'm not sure what the penalty was because it was a post-race investigation. I'm actually not sure which one it was, so yeah, I don't know. It doesn't really say. So yeah, that was pretty much it, and that was a 68 lap race, and that's all I got to write down. And guys, that was it. Recap in 10 minutes. I wish it was that easy for all the races. But guys, here are the results here. Now, I do apologise in advance because I didn't end up getting the time, the normal one that I normally post. So I'm just going to do like the top 10 and have it up for a couple of seconds and then change it to the next one. So Shane Van Gisbergen finishes ahead of Scott McLaughlin and Chaz Mostert, who finished third. And again, a great weekend and a big turnaround for Tickford Racing there. Jamie Wickup finishes in 4th, Fabian Coulthard 5th, Tim Slade 6th. Again, he had a really good race in 6th. David Reynolds in 7th, Craig Lowndes 8th, Rick Kelly 9th, and Jack LeBrock in 10th. Now I'll go to the next one now. Garth Tander in 11th, Will Davison in 12th. I'm pretty sure that's what I'm saying. Yes, 12th. Caruso 13th, Heimgartner 14th, Waters, James Golding, Anton De Pasquale, Richie Stanaway, Scott Pye, Holsworth, my man, is just not having the best of seasons. Simona Di Silvestro with that lockup ended up finishing behind massively because she was going really well. Tim Blanchard, Kostecki, Hazelwood, Percat, and Marcus Winterbottom, which rounds out race 20, guys, and that was absolutely, it. So there wasn't really that much to really report on this weekend. It was sad. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I do have some news for you, though, which could be potential. I was reading up on an article the other day about Lee Holsworth's future, and it doesn't look really that good. There was a little bit of an article in the in Speed Cafe mentioning Holsworth's like current situations and like kind of future as well. Now, I mentioned a couple of weeks ago when Craig Lowndes announced his retirement that it might either be Simona or Tony D'Alberto. Now, I did not realise, I had no idea that Lee Holsworth was off contract for this year. I thought it was next year. So, potentially, we could see Lee Holsworth behind car 888 by the start of next year. That's just a theory. Don't all be hating. And I can just imagine the comment section just lighting up now. Oh, you're only saying that because you're a Holsworth supporter. It's not. I'm not saying that at all. It is a thing. It might be a thing. And if it is a thing, oh my God, podiums, here we come. Oh. But that would be really cool for not only Holsworth, but for all of his fans too. It'd be good to see him running a little bit consistent. But in saying that as well, if Lee decides to re-sign, Charlie is looking for a car that is going to run in the top 10 consistently next year. Now, regardless if that will happen or not, I do not know. That could lead to many things. That could lead to them either going to a different team. That could either lead to changing car manufacturers, so they could possibly go to Ford, maybe, I don't know. As well as that, Chaz Mostert has sort of hinted that he is leaving Tickford Racing as well, maybe to go to Shell V-Power. Now that is kind of big news in itself too, because that would be really good for him, and again, he could run consistent, and also I could talk about him. But yeah, there's two big major things that I kind of reminded myself of that too. But they are two big major things. So Holsworth potentially going to Triple Eight, or Preston Hire just completely changing their look, and Chaz Mostert leaving Tickford Racing. That could also be a possibility too. But guys, leave your comments down there. Obviously, don't leave them up there because it just doesn't work like that. Just leave them down there. On your thoughts on the Chaz Mostert thing and Lee Holsworth maybe potentially going to Triple Eight Racing. Leave your comments down. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you did. Dislike it if you didn't. Don't care. Subscribe. Make sure you hit that icon so you know when I'm actually uploading stuff and when it actually gets uploaded. And you're the first ones to see it, obviously. Guys, 2 weeks away. Yay. Is it 2 weeks or next weekend? Next weekend, I'm pretty sure. Next weekend is Eastern Creek, and they're running a nighttime race. Yeah. Now, there was a video ages ago, last year sometime, of me actually it would have been this time last year. Yeah. No. I don't know. One of them. It would have been sometime around this year that I actually posted a video of me at work when I was working and earning of the potential night race, and it is now true. Yay, go us. We finally get a night race, yay, and it is going to be in the next couple of weeks, whatever else. And then the new South Australia race is the round after that, and then we hit the Enduros. Finally. I'm going to Bathurst again this year, so look out for those videos as well, or video, because I did promise 3 and I only gave you 1. So guys, all of it's happening. Like I said, like the video, dislike it if you want, subscribe if you're new, leave comments down on all the stuff I did and all the stuff I wanted you to comment on and whatever else, and if you don't want to comment, that's fine, just make sure you subscribe. All the best, guys, and I shall see us all, I think in a week and a half or 2 weeks when we hit Eastern Creek, Sydney Motorsport Park for the nighttime race. Guys, I can't wait. It's going to be awesome. I really, really can't wait. It's going to be really, really good. Thanks very much, guys. Leave your support down for the family as well after the passing of Jodie's dad, who passed away on Sunday. So if you could do that, that would be really, really good. Actually, if you guys could not, and I only did this once, if you guys could not dislike the video, because I usually say dislike it if you want, but if you could not dislike the video, if you could leave a like down and show your support for this family. The hell that they've been through with Jodie's dad has been absolutely amazing, and hence the reason why we came up here is to be closer to him, and it was kind of bittersweet that we actually got here in time to say goodbye. So guys, if you could leave a like down for the family, that'd be really, really good. Not for me. I don't need likes. I don't need any of that stuff. It's for the family. And thank you very much, guys, for supporting us, supporting the channel, and supporting everything I do behind the scenes and whatever else for you guys, to give you guys the recaps. I really, really, really appreciate it. So guys, leave a comment down, like the video please, subscribe if you're new, hit that icon, and I shall see you all next weekend for the Sydney Motorsport Eastern Creek race at night time. Cheers, guys.